Hollywood loves a comeback story. But what Matthew McConaughey is revealing now reframes his transformation as something far more uncomfortable and far more deliberate. Because this wasn't a lucky reinvention. It was a quiet standoff. Speaking on The Good Trouble, the Oscar-winning actor opened up about why he and his family made the decision to step away from Hollywood entirely, at a time when most actors would have clung tighter than ever. And according to Matthew, the problem wasn't failure. It was success. By the late 2000s, McConaughey had become one of the most reliable leading men in romantic comedies. The movies were consistent hits. The paychecks were massive. The image was locked in. Hollywood had decided who he was. The rom-com dude. And while Matthew has been clear that he didn't resent that phase, he enjoyed it, and it paid very well. The industry's response to anything outside that box is where things turned dark. Whenever he tried to pursue heavier material, dramas, morally complex characters, emotionally risky roles, the answer wasn't maybe. It was no. Stay in your lane. According to Matthew, the lane worked so well that studios couldn't imagine him anywhere else. And quietly, casting conversations stopped happening behind closed doors. Scripts that might have gone his way simply didn't. This is where industry rumor begins to creep in. For years, Hollywood insiders have talked about the bankability trap. The idea that once an actor becomes too profitable in one genre, studios become terrified of risking them elsewhere. Not because the actor lacks range, but because executives don't want to be blamed if the experiment fails. And Matthew, by his own admission, had become too dependable. That's when he made a move that shocked people who were paying attention, even if the public barely noticed at first. He stopped working. In 2010, McConaughey packed up and moved his family to his ranch in Texas, removing himself from the daily machinery of Hollywood. No lunches. No meetings. No polite checking in. Just absence. And absence, in Hollywood, is dangerous. He made a pact with his wife, Camila Alves, a line in the sand. He would not return unless the roles offered were the ones he actually wanted to play. Not watered-down versions. Not safe compromises. Not almost their scripts. Roles with risk. What followed were what Matthew now describes as wobbly years, and this is where the story gets especially tense. The offers slowed dramatically. There's long been quiet speculation that some studios assumed he was bluffing. That he'd eventually come back once the silence got uncomfortable. That he'd miss the lifestyle, the spotlight, the validation. Hollywood is built on leverage, and walking away removes it. Matthew admitted that during this period, there was real anxiety. He wanted to work. He needed purpose. And making wind chimes and tending a garden wasn't fulfilling that drive. At the same time, his personal life was changing. Camila became pregnant with their first child, Levi, and that grounding moment gave him something Hollywood couldn't: perspective. Something real was coming, whether the phone rang or not. Still, the industry was watching. Then came the moment that, according to Matthew, changed everything. He turned down a multi-million-dollar film offer. He never named the project, and that silence has fueled years of speculation. Some industry watchers believe it was a major studio romantic lead role designed to pull him back into the exact box he'd tried to escape. Others suggest it was a commercially safe franchise-adjacent project. What matters isn't which film it was, but what the no represented. Because that refusal sent a message Hollywood doesn't hear often. He wasn't bluffing. Matthew later admitted that this move was viewed internally as rebellious. Risky. Almost irrational. Turning down that level of money without a guaranteed alternative is considered career heresy. But it also made him interesting again. There's a strange psychology in Hollywood. When someone refuses to be desperate, the industry starts to chase them. Casting directors reportedly began re-evaluating him. Without constant rom-com exposure, his image softened. The audience nostalgia shifted. The question became less, can he do drama, and more, what if we're underestimating him? That's when the scripts changed. Killer Joe, Mud, Dallas Buyers Club, True Detective. When those offers arrived, Matthew didn't hesitate. He described himself as salivating. This wasn't a cautious return, it was a full-throttle re-entry. Back-to-back projects. Emotionally raw performances. Characters that were disturbing, fragile, dangerous, and deeply human. And suddenly, Hollywood reframed the narrative. What had once been seen as stubbornness was now branded as vision. What looked like disappearance became strategy. And Matthew McConaughey was no longer the rom-com guy, he was the actor who waited them out. Looking back now, Matthew says the real danger wasn't rejection. It was saying yes too often. He described success as a quiet over-leveraging of the self. Too many commitments. Too many projects done on autopilot. A life full of C- versions of everything because the word no wasn't used enough. And that reflection hits differently today, especially in an industry where relevance is often mistaken for fulfillment. Matthew McConaughey didn't burn bridges. He didn't stage a comeback. He didn't beg for reinvention. He disappeared and let Hollywood miss him. And in a system built on access, constant visibility, and compliance, that might be the most radical move of all.